Hi, lovely. Welcome to this Yin Break sequence that we're going to practice together today. My name is Laura. This practice is a shorter sequence, so you can practice as a morning ritual or maybe at a lunch break or some time in the day that you want to find for yourself. And it's also a great practice to send you off into a beautiful, deep sleep. The yin poses that I have chosen today form a sequence that deeply nourishes our kidneys. It also aims to de-stress the system, reducing the cortisol levels from the body, bringing you back into balance. To do that, we'll be focusing on the kidneys, the physical kidneys at the lower back, one either side of the spine, and their little friends, the adrenal glands. We're also going to be focusing on the kidney as a meridian. So the kidney meridian runs from the feet up through the inner seams of the legs, through the groin, through the body, and ends at the root of the tongue. Its yang counter half, is the urinary bladder meridian. And this runs from the inside of the eyebrows up through the brain and all the way down the back, ending in the feet. And this meridian pair are going to be our focus for practice. The urinary bladder is stimulated a lot as we fold. And the kidney as we stretch the groin and compress through the lower back. So enjoy. You're going to need a bolster or some pillows, bed pillows or sofa pillows, and grab yourself two. And we're going to start to arrive inside of the body in our first shape. So if you're seated, just come off anything you're seated on and stretch your legs out in front. So wiggle from side to side. And then remove any flesh from around the seat bones. Draw the soles of the feet together so the legs are long and in a diamond shape. And the knees draw out to the side, just like butterfly wings. Feel into this shape. And if it's accessible, maybe drawing the feet a little bit closer to the groin, just increasing the stretch here. And we're going to fold in the shape. There's the option to fold unsupported. Or if you have a bolster or a pillow, you can use it as your cushion as you fold. And I like to do this to support my head, so there's no extra pressure or tension in the neck. And to bring ourselves down, we're going to inhale to find length through the spine. And the crown of the head draws up towards the sky. Length through the upper body. And then as you exhale, hollow the belly and start to fold yourself forward. Come into your edge. Within your natural range of motion. Not pushing the body here. Simply easing into the shape where you can feel the pulling through the lower back and then feel the pulling through the groin. This is your edge. A shape where you can stay. And then we're going to remain here in stillness. With every inhale, find some length. And with every exhale, leading with the heart, surrender yourself down. It's nice to hug the bolster, feeling completely supported in this shape as we arrive into our bodies. Welcoming ourselves back home. Removing the attachment from the physical body on the outside. The body that we greet the world with. Taking the attention inside. Inside into our internal world. Where our organs, our bones, our tissues, our joints, our ligaments, our tendons, our veins, our fascia, all lie. How often do we pay attention to this part of the body? This modern world puts so much value on our outsides. What do you look like? How do you dress? What shape is your body? How big is your bum? In Yin, we let that go. We're not so bothered about the external shape right now. The practice is about how this feels. So starting to take all your focus in. Notice your breath as you inhale and exhale through the nose. Start to notice what's happening inside. Using your breath to bring you into this present moment. Your anchor into this practice, into your body. Can you feel the opening in the groin, the inner thighs? Can you feel the expansion and the stretch through the tissues of the lower back, the target tissues for this shape? Now, if Yin is a new practice to you, maybe you find your spine almost straight and the knees up quite high. Don't judge that. That's your body in this present moment. It takes a while for our tissues to open. In Yin, we work to release the muscles, so we get down deep into the fascia. And we do that by holding these shapes for 3 to 5 minutes, or sometimes even longer. So it gives us time to work deep into this fascia network, into our tissues. So if this is a new practice, it's likely that the tissues are still quite tight. But with practice and over time, you'll start to notice yourself be able to go deeper into these shapes. So just notice where you are today. Accept where you are and surrender deeper into the shape. Our Yin practice works on a physical level. And we also work on an energetic level, using the theory of traditional Chinese medicine. Our practice today is going to pull and stretch, compress and stimulate the meridians of the body. Now, these meridians are energetic pathways or rivers that flood your organs and tissues with qi. Qi is our energy, our life force, our breath. The substance that lives in all living things. Through stress and tension and tightness in the body and the mind, our qi can become stale and stagnant and stuck. In our Yin practice, we work to decompress and release so the qi can flow freely once more through the body. Deep within this shape, we nourish 6 of our main meridians. The kidney and urinary bladder pair, that is our focus for today. The gallbladder and the liver, and the stomach and the spleen. So in Yin, we nourish these meridians so that we nourish our organs, so they can function and do all the jobs that we require them to do to simply stay alive, all by being still inside of a shape. Giving ourselves love through space and through stillness. Just one more breath in your shape here, this folded butterfly. Always the invitation to let out a sigh as you exhale, deepening the release. And then when you find your next inhale, start to walk your hands up your legs, giving yourself a little massage in the legs on the way, just some more love to the body. And then if you have a bolster or pillow, move it out to the side. Take the hands on either side of the knees and draw the knees together. Soles flat on the floor. Wrap your hands around your legs and bow your head down. Stay connected to your breath here. Notice your breath start to slow. Heart rate decrease, softening through the body, slowing everything down. Then gently draw the head up, spine back to straight. Take the hands behind your body and straighten out the legs. And then release the spine down onto the floor. Relax the feet out to the side, palms shining up. And we take a rebound. In between each yin shape, we pause for a moment to allow the body to integrate this practice. To allow the meridians to open themselves back up. So that qi can flow freely once more. When you take your attention deep inside of your body, can you feel this qi flush? Maybe subtle sensations, energetic pulses, or even some heat through the tissues of the body that we worked in that previous shape. Notice what's your experience inside of your own body, your practice. And then as you inhale, draw the knees towards the chest, wrap your hands around the shins and just give yourself a little squeeze. And then take the knees over to one side, bringing yourself back up. Come around to sit on your knees, bum resting on your ankles. And we're going to take our next shape, which is saddle. Come to sit with your bum in between your feet. Just take a moment to feel here. And then we'll recline. Maybe this is exactly where you need to stay today. Maybe this already feels quite intense on the body. Maybe if you can, come back onto your hands. This feels accessible, then maybe down onto the elbow. Pause and just notice your experience here. Stretching out the tops of the thighs. And then maybe coming all the way down onto your spine. Arms can shine out to the side or reach them up over the head. There's a few levels there just for you to try. I like to use my prop in this shape just to cushion myself a little bit more. So I take my bolster or pillow and I place it with distance from my bum, just so I'm asking a little bit more of the tissues as I fold. And then taking a nice deep inhale to find length. Coming down to lie on this prop. And then releasing myself down. The back of my head rests here too. This just takes some of the tension out of the legs, and I find I can stay here for a little bit longer. So again, another option, just take a couple of breaths to find this shape in your body. Noticing your experience and find a shape where you can stay, coming to your edge. And then once we're in our edge, we find our stillness. Close down your eyes, take this journey inside. This can be such an intense pose. And if the intensity is physical, if there's pain or anything that feels risky in the body, please ease yourself up to the level before, or ease yourself completely out of the shape. Please listen in. Listen into your body and what he or she needs in this shape. When I say we remain in stillness, it's simply an invitation. If for you stillness is causing anything that might harm the body, please ignore my invitation and move out of the shape and come to lie down on your back. Maybe then coming back into the shape from a few breaths, but just notice what arises for you and then action that. The shape is uncomfortable. Lots of people think yin is super relaxed, super easy, but inside a shape like saddle, you really notice that we're challenging our body here. Can you feel this pull through the front of the thighs? And then this opening through the top of the body. Here we work with the kidney, the physical organ, and the kidney meridian. And we do this through the pulling of the legs and into the groin, the lower part of the body. We also impact the flow of blood. And we allow the blood to sit in our pelvic area, nourishing the organs here, helping to release tension from the hips. And through stillness, we relax these muscles so we can work into our fascia. Our fascia is this interconnected web that wraps around our whole being. It gives us our shape. It's like our soft skeleton. And fascia is constantly producing inside of the body. Over time, it gets stiff and stuck. So we hold these shapes to ease it back open and lubricate this tissue once more. Find your final breath. And then ground the palms into the ground. Rest on your elbows and use your arms as a support to slowly lever yourself out of this shape. Move super slowly and mindfully with the body. This is a self-care practice. Come onto your knees, just releasing any tension. And then swing the legs out to the side. Release them in front. And come down to lie on your back. Noticing the knees as you ease the legs back out. Being super gentle. And then flop the feet out to the side. Shine the palms up. Surrender yourself down into the ground. Can you notice the chi flush in the body? We compressed and now we open ourselves up. Where can you feel sensations? Going in inside of your body, inside of your mind, and connecting to parts of you that maybe you don't really notice in day-to-day life, in these busy lives that we lead, running from place to place, to job, person to person. Using yin to get intimate with yourself, get to know yourself underneath the skin. And then on your next inhale, draw the knees towards your chest. Hug yourself. Rolling over to one side. And then releasing down to lie on your belly. Here we're going to take Sphinx, a shape that I always get into my yin practice. Now in our Sphinx, our legs are fully connected to the mat, so tops of the feet pressing down into the ground. We take our elbows underneath our shoulder. Hands can be clasped, or maybe they're flat onto the ground. And as you press down the forearms, try and draw the elbows towards the body to just deepen this compression through the lower back. Have an option to remain here, or take your prop or pillow and pop it underneath your elbows. Here we give ourselves a little bit of height, enabling this compression at the back to be a little bit deeper. And it also cushions the elbows so we can stay longer, stay for time. So just find this shape, wiggle yourself in, and then come to your edge. A shape where you can feel this working in the body. It's not supposed to be comfy. We don't want to hang out, no slumping through the shoulders. We draw the energy from the forearms, open up the chest. And then we commit to our stillness. This shape is such a good one for our kidneys. The physical organ, each kidney either side of the spine, that lives with its little friend, an adrenal gland. The kidneys and the adrenals are the stress management system of the body. When we're tired and overworked, this duo need to work harder. They're responsible for the balance of all other organs. So if the kidneys are out of whack, then our whole being's out of balance. If your kidneys are like the batteries of your life, this shape recharges those batteries. Simply by being still inside of a shape. Yin shapes don't necessarily look as impressive as yang shapes. They're not so photogenic, not so Instagram worthy. But when you start to understand what's happening underneath the skin in each pose, you fall deeply in love with this practice. It's such a nourishing practice. Keep the forearms pressing in, so we're not slumping through the shoulders. If at any point your lower back starts to twinge, you can play with engaging your bum muscles. Or again, please listen in and remove yourself from the shape. Only go to your natural limit. No pushing. Our yin is our feminine, our softer, more nurturing energy. Embody that in this time we spend together. Keep breathing, stay present. The kidneys on an energetic level rule the health of our lower backs, all the fluid systems of the body, our reproductive organs, our lower intestinal tract. Healthy kidneys, balanced kidneys, and restored and rejuvenated kidneys help these systems of the body to carry out their function better. Kidneys also filter our blood, extracting nutrients that we need for our health and vitality. And in traditional Chinese medicine, the kidneys are the home to our yin, our jing, Jing, our essence. This is what makes us us and keeps us alive. Right now, you're rejuvenating that jing. Nourishing yourself so deeply so that not just your kidneys can function, but your body can function. All our organs communicate to each other and they work in this team. And every day they perform so many functions for us. This space and stillness is what the body needs. If you really listen in, you'll be able to feel the joy of the organs, the tissues, as they start to just release. Release stress and tension. As you find your next inhale, ground the hands. Move any props out the way. And then come to lie down on your belly, maybe making a pillow for your head with your hands. Or releasing the hands down by the side of the body. Can you experience your chi flush in this rebounded shape? Taking away the compression and the stimulation. So your energetic pathways, these rivers of life force energy, can now flow freely once more. Can you feel the tingles, the sensations? Can you feel the clarity and calmness coming into the mind? And then on your next inhale, ground a pound and start to peel yourself up. Come to sit on your knees, bum resting on the ankles, and just pause here for a moment. Shoulders soft, belly soft, hands resting on your thighs, chin tucked in. A couple of breaths to realign the spine. Bring the blood flow back from head to toes. Our bodies are so sensitive, so precious, so it's important that we move slowly. When you're ready, draw your weight over to one side and swing your legs out in front. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold here. So maybe you want to turn on your mat so more of your legs still feel cushioned. Draw the legs out to the side and then remove any flesh from around your seat bones. Now, it really doesn't matter how far away the legs are. Find this shape inside of your body. One day, maybe we'll all be out here. But right now, notice and accept exactly where you are. Flop the feet out to the sides. There's no tension in the legs. We're aiming to get a juicy stretch all the way up the inner seams of the leg. In here lies the kidney meridian. And also lies the spleen and the liver meridian. So we're nourishing all three at the same time. Take a bolster or pillow out in front. Here we'll cushion our fold. And as you inhale, find length in the spine. As you exhale, lead with the heart and start to fold yourself forward. Using your bolster or pillow as a cushion. And then fold yourself down until you reach your edge. Where does the body stay? Pause. And maybe you're up completely straight. And you're just going to feel the pull of the inner leg. That is fine. That's your journey for this practice. Over time in this shape, and with practice, regular practice, the fascia starts to ease and we find that we move deeper and deeper and deeper. And you'll even notice that within our 5-minute hold, gravity starts to draw you down and down. So once you've found your shape, a shape where you can stay a while, commit into your stillness. Remembering that invitation to sigh and exhale deeply. Using our breath to arrive deeper into our shapes. And our breath to keep us present, anchored into this practice, into this shape. If you're having a wandering mind today, just use your breath to take back control. Can you notice the stretch, the pull, the targeted tissues? The inner seams of the legs and into the groin. And you notice an opening at the lower back. As well as our liver, our spleen, and our kidney meridians. We're working with the yang pair to our kidneys, the urinary bladder. The kidney meridian flows up the body, and this urinary bladder throws down. It's the longest meridian in the whole body, and the only meridian that runs through the brain. So this has a super intrinsic connection with our central nervous system. Folding is so good to de-stress the system, to cool and calm the nerves. A forward fold is a great tool to stick in your daily toolbox, to come to if you ever feel like you just need to let go, to release, to calm. You can quite literally feel the thoughts flooding out the top of the head as you fold. This meridian is stimulated from the fold, from the brain all the way down the back of the body. And then through the bum and all the way down the backs of the legs. As we fold, we also change the direction of blood flow.
We allow the brain to be nourished. Nourishing our glands, the hormone headquarters of the body, the pineal gland, the pituitary, and the hypothalamus. This is where the hormone to organ conversation starts. You feel a sense of ease and surrender here, as your stillness and your fold starts to soothe the nerves, melting away feelings of stress or anxiety, feeling more at home in your own body. As we hold for time, can you feel yourself sink a little bit closer to the ground? As the muscles start to move out of the way and the fascia starts to open. Maybe you shuffle deeper into this shape and then re-find your stillness. Can you notice any tingles in the body, maybe in the soles of the feet, or up the legs, or deep into the groin? Ladies, as we fold, we're also compressing our womb, our ovaries and uterus, the seat of our feminine power, our reproductive organs, and nourishing this area of our body so that blood and chi can reach there. As we live in these masculine-dominated worlds, this area of the body can get a little forgotten. So here you're nourishing simply by being still, reconnecting to a feminine power. The sensations might be starting to increase, the discomfort levels rising. But can you stay in your stillness just for a little longer? This nourishing seat of stillness. Stress can be so harmful for our systems. And in our yin, we're inviting in our relaxation response hormone, which starts to relax us on such a deep level, reducing the levels of cortisol and adrenaline pumping through the body, as we so often live deep within our fight or flight modes, the stress response that plays havoc with the balance of hormones in our body. The stillness soothes away that stress to help bring you back to balance, the safest place for you to be. Keep connected to your breath, your anchor. And take 3 more cycles of breath. Filling yourself up as you inhale and then deeply releasing as you exhale. When you're ready, start to ease yourself back up ever so slowly to a nice straight spine. Blood flow returns down from the head. Remove any props. Then take the hands behind the body and just hang out in the palms for a moment. Opening up the chest and just counteracting our fold. Heart shining open, ready to receive for yourself. And then take the hands underneath the knees. Draw the legs together. If you're facing the long edge of the mat, swing yourself round and come to lie down on your back. Easing the legs straight ever so slowly, welcoming any clicks or cracks. And then flop your feet out to the side, arms wide, palms shining up to the sky. Your pose of integration, your rebound. What's the body telling you now? Where's the chi flush? We're pulling on our inner legs, stretching the lower back and nourishing the brain. If you take your attention to these parts of the body one at a time, what do you feel? Can you feel the chi moving? And before we close this practice together, this little yin break, we're going to take a short twist to either side of the body just to rebalance out the spine. So when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a little mini hug. Maybe rocking from side to side just to massage out the lower back. And then take the arms to your wingspan. Close down the eyes if they aren't already closed. Focus completely in, introspection, deep into yourself. And then take the knees over to the right. You can leave the hands exactly where they are, or reach the left arm up over the head towards the back of the mat, and then ground the front of the palm. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling or over to the right or over to the left. Just notice where this feels good inside of your body. And then when you're ready, commit into your stillness. We twist to counteract all the forward folds and back bends. To nourish the spine. Restore its natural range of movement. And by lifting up this left arm, if you've chosen to take that, you're working with your heart meridian. And that runs from the hand up the arm into the heart on this left side. Maybe you can start to feel some sensations or tingles in the hand as you open up and stretch out this pathway, this energetic river to allow the blood, the chi, the life force to flow freely. And as the knees fall over to the right, and there's a stretch through the glutes up the lower back, we're once again working with our urinary bladder meridian, the yang pair to our yin kidneys. Further activating this relaxation mode, moving us from fight or flight, the stress response of the body, that's activated at any stressful moment, any external stressor, but also any internal stressor. We can quite literally think ourselves stressed. And whether we think it or experience it, the same response happens inside the body. If the left arm is raised, lower it down to the side. Noticing the sensations here. And then draw the knees up to the center. Pause and keep the arms where they are. And then take the knees over to the left. Taking that right arm up to the sky if that calls you in this shape. Then tap the knees towards the body. And as you do, stretching that urinary bladder once again. So this stress response that's triggered so often in day-to-day life. Fights with our boss, our partners, our kids, our friends. Through the food that we eat or through too much exercise. Through work stresses, deadlines. This response is the same response that happened inside of the bodies of cavemen who were literally running for their lives. So our stress response is here to save us, to pump adrenaline and cortisol through the body. So the heart beats faster, sending more blood to the muscles, increasing our glucose levels so the muscles can be used to run. Pumping energy through the body so we can run and save ourselves. Now, most likely your stresses aren't life-threatening, but the same response is happening. So we need more yin in our lives, more relaxation, more stillness, to move our bodies out of this stress, this fight or flight, and into what's known as our rest and digest. I'm sure you can feel in your own experience this complete decompression of your system as the stress just drips away. We'll take one more breath in this twist. Nourishing the spine and also compressing our digestive organs so we can detox from the body. Within one yin pose, we never just do one benefit or have one benefit. There's so much going on. Really is so magical. And the knees come up to the chest when you're ready. Release that right arm down. Wiggle the fingers. And then just take the knees from side to side. If you're staying with me, then just flopping the feet out to the side. Shine the palms up towards the sky. And maybe lift the hips up and untuck the bum just to ground yourself a little deeper. And then roll one shoulder blade, the other, opening up your chest. And allow yourself to melt into the ground and be held by Mother Earth. No tension in the body.
Take a nice nourishing inhale. And sigh on your exhale. Oh. Drifting off into your Shavasana, our final and longest place of integration. Start to deepen your breath. Coming back into your physical body. This vehicle that carries you through this thing we call life. Start to notice yourself pressed against your mat. Feeling completely held and supported. Invite in some movement with some wriggles in the fingers and the toes. Moving softly, gently, mindfully. waking yourself up. And then when you're ready, draw the legs together. Reach the arms up over the head towards the back of the room and take one giant stretch from the tips of your fingers down to your toes. Maybe reaching up through the right and then up through the left. Before you come back to center and draw the knees into your chest. Allow the knees to fall over to one side and pause here for a moment. And then when you're ready, draw yourself up to a seated position on your mat. Hands resting on the thighs and maybe the palms are shining up. Receiving. Maybe the hands down just to ground you inside of yourself. Notice the feels. Notice the calmness, the quietness of the mind. And draw your hands into your heart space. Connect your thumbs onto your sternum. Full connection. And we just seat ourselves in a moment of gratitude, loving gratitude for our body. And everything that he or she does for us, every moment of every day, even when we don't even realize. Maybe making a promise to invite this space and stillness more into our daily lives so we have the space to